And let me tell you that 20,000 cedis in the hands of a minister for a day is like pittance in comparison to the amounts of pressures and demands and requests that come to them. So we must also, I'm happy Kojo is there, we must have a broader conversation about governance financing and these pressures that make some of these things. That 20,000, you can be assured that even if a minister receives 20,000 cedis as a gift, that 20,000 will go to solve the problems of 100, 20, 300 people asking for 10 cedis or 100 Ghana cedis.
But why should that? But why should that be any? Why should anybody's concern? The minister decides if he wants to spend his private resources.
It must be your concern because we have
freebies to people.
It must be, and we must not discount this because it is acting like the proverbial ostrich who sees nothing, hears nothing, that creates the deterioration of our democracy.
Giving gift is part of human nature, but it has the potential of corrupting anybody. And she made a statement which I found very intriguing, where he said 20,000 is a peanut in the hands of a political officer who are sharing. Is that part of the job of a public office holder? You have to go around and be distributing money among people. And then in that case, use your personal money. Sorry for crying aloud. So please, Shamima, I agree with you that we have been encouraging some of these misbehaviors from my point of view for a very long time. Let us reset the country, not using standards which are not acceptable. Let's look for standards that meet international acceptance. A minister has no job distributing money to people. Before you say 20,000 is a peanut. Well, I don't know, but when I was in office as Auditor General, you will not even get $1 or a CD from me because that is none of my jobs. I'm not there to give money to people. So please.
Andy, he adopted a code of conduct for his appointees. And a lot of people, including myself, we have the view say, this is something that is a deja vu. Deja vu. It's as say we have seen it before in John Mahama 1.0, that he claimed to have outlined some code of conduct for his appointees, and in the end, we saw gross disregard for those codes from even himself. Now, the new code of conduct has some 10 highlights that I want to pick out and list out to you in case you have not been following, and then also where there has been cases of blatant disregard in the past. I'll let you know, and some of the similarities between this one and what he had done in 2013. Now, number one is public endorsement. No minister shall endorse any product or service on television or other media except when appearing in party political advertisement or in non-political public service type advertisement or announcement. For example, promoting water safety. The minister should not expect or accept any fee where the appearances and the endorsement are permitted for the public good. Any public endorsement. Number two, prohibition from purchasing state assets. Ministers are prohibited from purchasing state assets, whether directly or indirectly, through surrogates or proxies, with a view to hiding their ownership of the same. This includes lands, buildings, vehicles, farms, equipment, shares, or any other movable or immovable property. Where a minister is found to be in the process of purchasing or to have purchased any state asset, either directly or indirectly, he or she will have his or her appointment terminated immediately. Now, about this thing, you see, sometimes John Mahama plays with our minds. Mami says, John Mahama should not waste our ears. Which code of conduct? Sometimes John Mahama thinks, Jimmy, sorry for my choice of words. Unaoka say, ministers, and remember, this code of conduct, we were told, say, it was for all appointees. And yes, sir. But when you go into reading the detail of it, it is only limiting to ministers. How many ministers have you appointed? The number of ministers you have appointed, are they more than the CEOs, state CEOs, and their deputies, and all other appointments, the over 8,000 appointments you are making? No. But you are limiting everything to ministers. Now look at the penalty. Now, when you come and talk about penalty being that you are losing your appointment, it's funny. Let's say a minister is going home with 20,000 cedis every month, and that minister is going to be in power for, let's say, 4 years of your tenure, which will be 4 times 12 times 20,000. So 4 times 12 is 48 months that you will do. The 48 months, that is approximately 960,000 Ghana cedis. Your salary you'll be making at the end of the 4 years of serving as a minister of state. Now, that 960,000, you have the chance to buy a state property that is worth, let's say, 5 million Ghana cedis for just something around 500,000 Ghana cedis. And you are telling me that if I'm in the process of buying something that is worth 5 million Ghana cedis, the penalty is not going to be that you prevent me from buying the 5 million Ghana cedis, but the penalty is going to be that you will sack me and I will not be able to get 960,000. Who in the right sense will not choose buying their asset and then having my appointment terminated over keeping an appointment that will just give me 960,000 and losing a 5 million Ghana cedis worth of asset? That is the kind of comedy John Mahama is bringing forward with some of these things. Number 3, or C, declare assets or face dismissal. All appointees must declare their assets. Those who took office before 31st March 2025 had until May 7th to comply or risk losing 3 months' salary or even dismissal. We have seen that John Mahama is not a leader because this very directive he gave, we are told majority of his appointees have defied it. And yesterday, if you were part of this live, I explained to you why somebody would delay in declaring their asset. The only reason why an appointee of Mahama would delay in declaring their asset is because they are looking for extra time to be able to steal some small money, get more assets before declaring everything as though that is what they had before coming into office. So if you come and tell me that you are seizing 3 months of their salary, you are not doing them any hurt. Because if I can steal 1 million Ghana cedis, which I can use to buy maybe 2 properties at Prasako Estate, and then I'll come and declare that, okay, I have 2 properties at Prasako Estate, and you say you are seizing maybe my 3 months salary, that is just about 60,000 Ghana cedis. How do I care? And family who seize it, I don't give a fuck. Sorry for the choice of word. Okay? Now, number 4, see, no use of public funds for gifts or hampers. Or say the code prohibits the use of public funds, including internally generated funds, to purchase hampers or gift items, except modest ones given for staff excellence or retirement without prior approval. So in one way, you are saying don't do it. In the other vein, you are saying you can do it. You are not giving any limit. So you say modest. What if buying a gift of around 15,000 cedis is what is modest in my ministry? So who determines what is modest? Nobody. So basically, the entirety of the code of conduct and all those things, it is just leading nowhere, making no sense. Number 5, or C, declare conflict of interest. Appointees must disclose all business interests, especially those connected to government agencies. They are forbidden from using their positions to benefit relatives or associates. So you and I live to see if Ibrahim Mohammed's companies are going to get any contract under this John Mahama administration, because we know where it is headed. Now, number 6 is a very interesting one. Or say, ban on nepotism and influence peddling. Using influence to secure contracts or appointments for friends or family is outlawed. Even the appearance of bias is grounds for investigation. This is John Mahama, whose niece, Joyce Bauer, is now the de facto prime minister of Ghana. And several other people around him right now who are related to him in one way or the other. He is the one saying that there is a ban on nepotism and influence peddling. The same person who has some of the baby mamas working now as presidential staffers. Some of the ex-girlfriends working as deputy CEOs. Some of the current girlfriends working as board chairmen. He is saying that in a code of conduct for his appointees. And it's good he's saying appointees because he is exempting himself. So it means that for John Mahama there, he can do all these things which he's already doing. Number 7, or see ministerial travels. Where a minister incurs travel, accommodation, and related costs for unofficial activities, the expenses must be covered by the organizers or by the minister using personal funds. Where travel or accommodation and related costs are incurred by a minister for official activities, these expenses should not be reimbursed by government if they are paid for by recognized third-party event organizers. Now, say the minister must seek and all those things. Now, in this one, they are talking about, you see, conspicuously missing is the fact that they were claiming at some point that they wanted ministers to only be traveling in business class. Now, the reason why business class is no longer coming in this very one is because they've realized that MPP and most Ghanaians have exposed them. The expose is that most of the planes that come to Kotoka International Airport, most of them, majority of them, about 95% of them, only start from business class. So in actual sense, the highest, most comfortable place the plane has to offer is a business class. So if you come and tell Ghanaians that you are banning your appointees from traveling first class, it is tautology, because the highest level of comfort that most of the airlines who come to Ghana provide is a business class, which you are saying your appointees should fly in. Ideally, if you have any interest in limiting the kind of comfort your appointees experience whilst they are traveling, then the viable option is a premium economy. So most of the flights now who come to Ghana, about 95%, they have the business class, premium economy, and then economy. So now, because they have realized that they can no longer come with that same funny excuse and that they will be exposed, now it is missing totally. So it means that if Qatar Airways or Emirates or KLM or which other flight aviation company in Ghana that can provide a first-class service, it means John Mahama and his appointees. No, if he has the presidential jet, so his appointees are allowed to travel first class. So Ghanaians, they lied to us, they deceived us. Now the final one that I want to talk about is the gift. Or say, to avoid the creation or appearance of an obligation, gifts in cash or kind are not to be solicited or accepted from commercial enterprises or any organization. An exception to this rule is the acceptance of a gift presented during an official visit to an institution. The exchange of gifts during official government visit is an accepted practice, and refusing such a gift may cause offense. Such gifts are considered tokens of the office rather than personal endorsement for the minister. Now it goes, where the minister wishes to retain the gifts received, the minister must submit any gift received in Ghana or from overseas to the secretary to cabinet for appropriate display. B, where the minister wishes to retain gifts received, he may do so only if the estimated value does not exceed 20,000 Ghana cedis. Where the estimated value of the gift is more than 20,000, the minister may retain the gift during office but must declare it to cabinet in the interest of transparency. This is the same John Mahama who already has received a lot of cash. We are even told that the current Turbo V6 Toyota LC300, which is one of the best vehicles so far on sale, about $900,000 in price, that he is driving, is going up and about in, is a gift. You are receiving the gift. You are telling us that your appointee should not receive gift. How do we even tell if an appointee receives gift? How are we able to tell? So all these things are the same things that he outlawed. In fact, in 2013, he even said people should not accept gifts beyond 200 cedis. And just for himself to go and accept a Ford Expedition car. So we cannot trust all these things. So this is it about the code of conduct as elaborated by John Mahama. What do you think about it? Or Report Media, let me hear you on this. 4 minutes. So Report what? Yes.
Okay, so thank you once again. My problem is what Ira Mahama when they say, now he has opened doors for the ministers and all the cabinets to steal government, properties. Because now, this is what he's trying to do. Nobody received gift under John Dramani Mahama, but you can also bring someone to receive gift on your behalf. So let me use this as an example. If you are the Minister of Attorney General, you're supposed not to receive gift. But through your, wejuma oyeno, na se ubi peso ma bibia, na se wa buying and answer our president say man you gift no, so you can appoint someone to receive the gift on your behalf. Or is it not going to be possible?
It's possible, Pa.
Good. So now, the president is inciting his ministers to seal.
Yeah.
And yes, our president, we are near Tiana Baknabe for a beteno, Safford no. And I said, I ain't for the better.
Buknabe, yeah, onwa.
I know no.
Onwa.
Aha. And now on one sapa pay about betra say, mo be an conquer gift. More than 20,000.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, Mamen Kancho, you're a Mahama, or you're very smart in terms of corruption. You know, one of on him. The Mahama administration, and Mahama know him say, Ghana for no wo in Nipano e wukruma, ya dream we ha. Enti bribia or the ben ryan, we were trans in my planning. And when we saw me babe can Ghana for be sum. Enti now, if the Minister of Information today has signed an agreement with all the test school telcos. Now all the test schools are supposed to give something. They are not going to give through the minister. They are going to give back door.
Yes, of course.
When they give back door to it, will go to the minister. So now, tomorrow, a change of government come and they want to do investigation. You will not find a minister doing what you call criminality.
Yeah.
That shows that it's bad. And Papa or Yobia or Mano, why not send the second come of Mahama? No? He wanted to destroy this country before be free soon. Or per se, ne man Bushani Ibrahim Mahama and that's what he's doing. Now the president is telling us that all the ministers will not take gift. But our no president there. Or any Mali for president ba. No beka Jos Yero Mahama wama yankro for na bagana begalam say ascension yenya gold be brintie ma we a obeje Yero Mahama bole bamboy hene ye pese ye say ma obeje ode befa Ibrahim Mahama so obeje but mo amuye minister no mamu nkonko esa it now be mo na da pipem Mahama have said code of conduct any ministers who have kwadia dem dey be esuna kro no koso Yabre Yura Mahama. She say just yesterday I heard about Mahama Care. I was sad. I heard about Mahama then the employment something. I was sad. Yes. Ninyana say Mahama ready Ghana fatne. And you may cause you well ready and when we say yes. Ya dream ye ha. Eti di obetimi aya na oye no. Do betimi aye no eno an oye ntu or the sadio we beto a otina obo the fucking man Kevin Taylor no the aba beto na chi no obom no tetem and Mahama state the ministers wa be kwakwaja dem die ye betu ye be you Mahama and ye the sana de achi o man be be de jawo no and ye pese oba beto aso a wo sorry a wo intimidating crop for you police for security for edi no na abrante bi kasa minim se sa abrante na wo nche na voice sa wo be kaya the former IGP Okono onim se the current IGP kobo se wo aso dem no sa ema police foni bi kura e pra na chi e wo the police headquarters say the IGP no Okono e wo mo de
Yeah.
yo voice I'm telling you a month ahead of us there's going to be a lot of crisis in the police service because now today look, what is happening there? Even when we went to this demonstration, but I'm telling you about authority say, and near ma'am you know, everybody want to do something here who say, who know what boy some, who know what pushy the opposition party, who know what avoid them not to enter here. So you promote too. So everybody will seek for promotion. Now what any the paper say, IDP na who here and I say no here. But dear mama dear baby code of conduct me de menyintum ana oba be je adamudie obe park cars egu ni fie ase say de so ne wo friend say Russia for ne bo and Russia for ne de be brane ammunition aba be gu ni fie no de di o ma na wu voice man no asi
You know me that says thank you so much for your report. Loaded King, let me hear you on this one. Loaded who?
I'm all me that's it. Then can I say me say come here and come here you me want feel life and so. Sorry. Where the Mr. Our voice as a no na program in to the bi na say bibi tough for my na odi bi ato ye DM nanka ye nso ya bobo ye bi share wa mi bra enka won ha won kind bebe be ba no na ekura na ya hwem.
No problem. No problem.
The topics you are now they are too mama. The home they say say you two aba na say ya we fi say mama wa appointed or no any new as on be the driver. And I refi.
No crepa.
Mama na driver. Ye ni ha na mama na ma e through flight e tu kwan kwa abrochiri.
No cre.
Na eno no ye hu ska dodo e kom.
There
Second delimate say na wo ka bibi fa or say public endorsement. No ministership. No sabi papa no wan kasa yie kra o you can say bibi a public endorsement it doesn't mean say bibi an yeska o ya fa say yensuo yi a ese yi galamsi age ye kuro ma bonte entrehini a ese yensuo yi inti minister bi ntimi nya tu ho ache emfa no ho nsi wo say wo ko around no wa publish it ama manfo na educate public na mo mahu say sa niem we omo ye na enye say ni na public endorsement o obi en erezi consent say yensuo say BBC say en wo de aye say me be ko ayi na o de ato minister ni na minister ka say okay ma endorse mo me ni mo be ye adwuma bom ni akwa eno enye public endorsement enti no say niem bu ho no ma ye papa na em say we no wan kan ni ya na and I mean, I'm in Tiasi.
As for me too.
One of the manhuni. Ansana or Kabibi say, don't use state money to buy gifts for one. One fix your light in my. Wouldn't say you come my what do light where who?
Baba.
Fix light in my. When you na a tautology, never be a hunya code of contact to one contact to a hunya one shadow fix light no and yamana you school in some materials or better idea one fix my I want to any work room one test of my when you know a waste of time. And a man top public one ye near no cover box site come on in answer no we see afre akudi
haruna edrisu nyina omuti cantonment
we shouldn't waste time to yan didi o matem yan ka bi nkyere o mo they should know we hu nya time now the kwatena ase na anka wo de twere nkwasi asem we no fa fix light na mai my hu toy who say sometimes so no penalty na sa wo ye de opema na sa wo fa na chikura na enha no ala wu
no cre
what ye discount be ye de pema ye what that ya wo so ba dokuna tono 5 cd no e beba 1 cd ye hu ye say dokuna ye tono 10 cd
no cre pa
and me askafo na di fufu and though he knew to be difficult, but kai planting for food and jobs.
And then tomato
Kai,
bakuye 8 cities, tomato bakuye 8 cities.
kai, your former agric minister, yeah, or contested flag
Akoto.
leadership, yeah,
Akoto.
one the Akoto.
Mm.
What the vision by 10 time near to state money near the Akoto body any bant in one near the above drum near bet Tituswama, Timamufor, no mebwa.
Enukre.
And no name for crab a for chem COVID.
Yeah.
What ya wouldn't no need ideas. So see, I'm for Ghana and show them. O Barbet Tinia so cocoa, o Barbet Peja cocoa, Boama now Cosoro. Now a phone for a bread. Now buy a quasi West to say plan be a nibia. Education minister to me go to for fee, could chant to for so. One.